everyone. So I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and just stuffed your bellies with lots of yummy stuff. Uh, I had a wonderful Thanksgiving and I didn't want it to end. I, it's so wonderful to just spend time with family and enjoy all the wonderful food and company. And I love Thanksgiving Day. And now we are on to Christmas. I can't believe it. I can't believe Christmas is only like 3 weeks away. It's crazy. I mean, it seems like it was just, I don't know, a few weeks ago I was walking through Hobby Lobby and they were just getting the Christmas decorations put up, but that was actually like 2 months ago. Anyway, I don't want to see it end. I don't want to see it end. I mean, I love it all. I love the Christmas lights. I love the decorations. I love the Christmas music. I like the cheesy Hallmark movies. Yeah. Well, anyway, moving on to this kit that I'm showing you all here. So my mom put together all of these wonderful Christmas themed golden book kits. And I thought I would save them for my Cyber Monday promo. And so in this kit, as you can see, you get an assortment of fabrics and papers, some 12 by 12 papers, a lot from the eclectic Christmas collection, trims, music sheets, all sorts of just wonderful things to get you started in making a Christmas journal. However, you don't have to have it as just a Christmas journal. Like I was saying, Christmas comes and it goes so quickly. So, you could think of it as maybe doing a Christmas/winter journal. Because depending upon where you are, like my family in Montana, winter lasts until June. So, it would last you a long time. But if you're in Arizona, I don't know. That's where I'm at right at the moment. It's never winter, but I don't know. You can make it a Christmas/winter journal. And what I'm going to do is after I show you everything that's in this kit here, I'm going to show you how you can get started with it, how you can take the golden book cover and without, really doing anything to alter the golden book cover, but if you want to change it up a little bit, I'm going to show you an idea of how you can do that and also show you just how you can get started creating some of the signature pages using some of the pages that come in this kit. And I would love to do additional videos showing how to dress up the signature pages. I'm not sure if I will have time to do that. I'm still trying to squeeze in a video showing the binding of the book that I'll be giving away. I hope to have that by the end of this week. So that is coming up. And like I said, Christmas is just right around the corner. And just with travels and orders, and I just don't know if I'm going to have time to do additional videos aside from this one, but hopefully after watching this, it'll give you a good idea of how to get started in creating your journal. And I do hope I will have extra time to just sit, play, have some fun, and show you some ideas of how to dress up some of the signature pages. But just remember, you can always go back to those journal making series videos that I did and apply some of those techniques to whatever journal it is that you're making. So you can always refer back to those when trying to come up with ideas of how to dress up your signature pages. So we're getting down to the end of everything that's in this kit. Still going here. As you can see, you get a lot. And here's some pages from the Eclectic Christmas collection and some music sheets. And so you get a nice assortment of different pages to use to build your signatures. You could take some of the tea stain papers, mix them in with some of the Eclectic Christmas papers, and then you have your 12 by 12 papers, and then these music sheet papers and the envelopes, enough to really put together a nice signature page for your golden book. And again, I will show how to get started with all of that using the papers in this kit just as soon as I get done showing you the last few pages in this kit. We'll go ahead and we will get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is remove the front and back cover from my golden book. And as you can see, I was able to get off that sticky price tag off the front, but I did scratch the cover a little bit, and I'm going to show how I decorate all that and make it look nice again. But to start off with, I just want to remove the back cover and front cover from my golden book. I'm not sure yet what I want to do with the inner section of the book. I don't know how I want to incorporate those pages into my journal, so I'm just going to leave the inner pages intact to the spine of the golden book. And now, as you can see, I have the inner section, it's still intact, and again, not sure how I'm going to incorporate that yet, but for now, I'm going to move on to measuring the cover of my book so I can begin to create my signature pages. And after I take measurements, I'm going to look through everything that came in the kit, just get an idea of how I want to start to build my signature pages. And as you can see, there's 4 pages from the Eclectic Christmas collection, those ones that you see there. And so I decided that I was going to create 4 signature pages. Now I'm going to keep everything pretty basic, going to cut off the white borders, fold the pages, and then insert some of the tea stained papers, ledger papers, lined papers, and so forth. So I'm going to switch over to some music, let you all kick back and just kind of watch as I build my signature pages. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just cutting everything down to size to the covers of my golden book covers and folding the pages. I will come back and just kind of do an overview of the signature pages, go through anything that you might have missed while the music was playing, and then we'll go into decorating the cover of the book.
one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
Okay, so I have my signatures built up and I was wrong. There are 5 of the eclectic Christmas papers in the kit, so I built up 5 signatures, not 4, but 5. And now I'm just going to go through the signatures, what I did. As you can see, pretty simple, nothing too complicated. I did add in some of the flaps from the 12 by 12 papers and did them different heights. And then I also did some different folds with some of the graph paper and used some of my leftover pieces from some of the lined papers. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't have everything folded together evenly. The way that I have it here, it allows for you to add in all of that beautiful layering as you get in to where you're decorating your signature pages. So hopefully this will give you an idea of how to get started. Again, I'm really gonna try to do another video. I'm going to try so hard. I want to play. So hopefully I can get another video done showing how I create some of those signature pages. Now, one thing I did is I have this planner 2019, which is going to be old. We're going to be into the new year fairly soon, but I'm going to repurpose some of the calendars in there. I didn't want to really waste it. And I will go through and explain how I do this. But for now, I want to add a little height to the cover of my golden book there. So it's the same size as this planner that I'm going to incorporate later on. So I'm just taking a piece of heavier weight chipboard and I'm going to cut that to the size of my planner there. And just again, add some height to my cover. Now, one thing as we get going here, I will show you how I plan on attaching the golden book cover to the chipboard. I actually create a hinge and I have my golden book cover swing open. I'm not going to glue it down onto the chipboard, but I am going to take one of the 12 by 12 pattern papers and adhere that to the chipboard because I do want a decorative look to my cover. So the other thing is my chipboard, of course, when I started with it, it was 12 inches. I cut it in half and it's 6 inches. And the cover of my golden book is a little wider than that, but I didn't want to use a whole nother piece of chipboard. So I figured I could get away with just that small difference in width there. I figured I'd use some lace or trim or something to kind of offset that. Okay, so now I'm taking one of the 12 by 12 papers and I'm cutting it to size to my chipboard there. I chose this one because, as you're going to see here in a little bit, I use one of the images from the Eclectic Christmas ephemera papers, and so that's how I selected my 12 by 12 cardstock that I wanted to use over my chipboard here. And I just want to make sure that I glue it down really good and I use my brayer just to smooth everything out. Okay, and now I have the cover over my chipboard. I love the way the color combinations are, and so now I'm going to figure out how I want to decorate this cover. And one of the things I wanted to do is I love the cover of the golden book, and I didn't really want to change it, but at the same time I really wanted something more vintage Victorian like. So I thought that I would create something that could go on the cover, but it could be removed. So you could still see the image of the golden book underneath. I wouldn't be gluing anything down over it or making it permanent. I just thought that I would add an element to the cover and then it could be removed and you could see the original image of the golden book. So this is kind of one thing I had in mind, is using that girl there and then some of the ephemera pieces from the Eclectic Christmas collection. And I decide that I'm not going to use the CD sleeve after all. I really like the snowflake, and I'm just going to work with that. And again, I'm not going to glue anything down. I'm just figuring out how I want to build that top layer and be able to remove it, and then underneath I will have that image from the golden book, still there. And so my idea is to attach that snowflake to a piece of lace, and then I'll wrap the lace around the book and use a button as my closure. And I'm just trying to figure out which lace I want to use here. Now this is just not going to work. It's too wide. So I decided to go with this thinner crocheted lace. Okay, so before I go and work on that top section of my cover, I decided that I want to take the Golden Book cover, and where you see where I scratched areas or there's faded areas where the blue is, I thought one way to address that would be to take and apply some embossing ink, and I'm going to use this Spellbinders stamp. I just got these in. These were part of the Black Friday special. I will still have them on sale for the rest of this week, and then they will go to more of a sale price where it's 20-30% off, as opposed to right now I believe they're anywhere between 40 to 70% off. So if you like this stamp, be sure to grab it before the price goes up and the sale ends. This is a wonderful stamp. I love the iron work texture to it. I think you could incorporate it into so many different projects. It's just a beautiful stamp. And now I'm taking the embossing glitter and pouring that over, and this should cover some of those areas where the blue was faded or scratched, and also give a really pretty decorative kind of shimmer to my cover. And then I'm going to take a brush and just take off the glitter from where the letters are, because I really want my letters to, show through where that glitter is. So I'm just removing some of the glitter off of those letters there. And then I'm going to take the heat gun and set the embossing powder. The one thing I loved about this glitter is it has a distressed feel to it. It's not too glittery, but it's, still got some sparkle to it. Yet it keeps that vintage feel to the cover. And so I really loved using this glitter. It brought in some of the teal that I wanted that will tie into the chipboard part of the cover. And so now I'm just going to take and continue on, covering some of those other areas of blue. And I'm just trying to make sure I don't go over too much of the lettering there, and I definitely don't want to go down into where the image of the book is. I'm just trying to hit some of those blue areas. And so I'm just going to repeat, pour the glitter, set it with the embossing tool. First, of course, I want to make sure that I remove that excess glitter from my lettering or any areas where I don't want it, and then set it with the heat gun. And one of these coarser bristled brushes worked perfectly in removing the glitter. And then I just used a baby wipe to clean it. It was pretty easy. And then I'm just going to take the heat gun, heat set it, and then continue doing this on the rest of those blue areas. Again, trying not to get it on the image or on any of the lettering. And I'm kind of just applying just a little bit on those edges there, and they're just going to tap it on the bottom in those areas where I don't have any of the embossing ink. And then I will be done with my Golden Book cover. And there it is. I love the way it looks. I love it. It added just enough to cover some of those imperfections on my cover. And now I'm just going to take some of the denim Distress Oxide and apply that to the edges of my cover. And then I will be ready to add that top section to the Golden Book cover. And then I'm also going to take some of the denim Distress Oxide and apply it to my chipboard just to give it a cohesive look. Okay, and then I can apply my Golden Book cover and then start adding that top layer, that removable top layer that I'm going to do with that girl. And then my cover will be done. Okay, so here's where I take the lace, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want to adhere it so it will remove from the cover. And again, I think what I'm going to do is just take that crocheted lace, and when I do the spine of my book, I will have that lace attached to the spine. And then for the closure on the other end of the book, I'm going to use a button. And so to start off with that top layer, I'm going to take a paper doily and glue it down onto the snowflake. And I do take and put glue all around the edges of that paper doily so it will be more durable and not rip or tear. But I really wanted to create kind of that lacy snowflake appearance, so the paper doily worked perfectly. And these did come with the kit. So again, I'm using things from the kit. Okay, and now I'm ready to adhere the girl. And I do the same thing. I'm going to apply glue all over the top of her just to make sure that she's nice and durable, because I'm going to have her on the top of my journal, and I want to make sure that everything that's going to be there is durable. It's not going to rip or tear or anything like that. So I just decided to use my glue. Now you can use decoupage or some sort of matte medium as well, which I probably should have done, but I just figured I had the glue out and it was just easy. I thought I'll just, apply it over the top and know that I'm going to have a durable surface. And I am gluing this down onto baking parchment paper, so when the glue dries, it'll be easy to lift that snowflake up from the parchment paper. It's not going to stick down onto it. That's one thing you want to make sure. If you do this and you set it down, it's not going to stick to the surface that you're setting it down onto. And now I'm just going to take that piece of holly and do the same thing. Apply glue on the back there and then all over the top part. And then I'm just going to let it sit overnight, and then the next day it will be ready to add to the cover of my Golden Book. And I do want to make sure that I smooth all of that glue out pretty good, so when it dries, everything looks nice and even. And then the next thing I'm going to do is create a hinge for my Golden Book cover and the chipboard. So what I did is I measured the height of my Golden Book cover, and then the width is about 2 inches, and then I just score it down the middle and fold it, and I will have my hinge. And so I'm just going to take and glue my golden book cover to that hinge there, and then the back side will glue down onto the chipboard, and then that golden book cover will swing open, and then I could put something underneath. I am not sure if I'm going to take that inner section and put that underneath. Not sure how I'm going to construct it at this point. I just wanted to have the cover done to give you all an idea, just in case I am not able to get another video done, but I really hope to get another one done. I will be showing how to do the binding in the previous journal that I'll be giving away, so that'll give you ideas on how you could do the binding of this journal as well. I hope to have that video done by the end of this week or earlier next week, so stay tuned for that. I will be doing the giveaway, and I will also be giving away this Christmas story journal when it's complete. Now, I'm not sure it's going to be done before Christmas, but I do plan on doing another giveaway. So you have another chance to win a journal. And if you want one of these kits, be sure to grab them. Get them at the Cyber Monday sale price. It will only be good for one day, so grab it while you can. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas. Again, here is where I'm going to take the lace and wrap it around that cover there, the spine. When that's created and I do that binding, it will hold that left edge of the lace, and then I'm going to use a button as my closure, and then I can take the button and take it out from there and swing it open to where you can see the original golden book cover. So you can have two options on how you want the look of your cover to be. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching.